Hello, it's Iino. This time, I would like to broadcast you logistics news in November 2022. I will cover the latest shipping market conditions, trade platforms, and North America railroad strike. So, let's get started. New container shipbuilding rush. Less scrap and oversupply? According to French research firm Alphaliner, a total of 7.3 million TEU of new buildings are expected to be in service by the end of 2025, due to a rush of new shipbuilding deliveries. And now, as a means of alleviating oversupply of shipping capacity, attention is turning to container scrapping. According to the latest data from Alphaliner, the volume of global container vessels is estimated at 5,627 vessels, with 25.5 million TEU. If vessels over 20 years old are considered for scrapping, the number is 1,102 vessels, and 2.5 million TEU. It means about 10% of the total, and if scrapping proceeds, it is expected to ease the supply of shipping capacity in the future. Will maritime transport accelerate the shift away from Hong Kong? Impact of China's zero-corona policy. China's zero-corona policy continues to cast a dark shadow over logistics. The impact of the zero-corona policy on Hong Kong is seen as particularly significant. Hong Kong had previously served as a gateway to South China, but political instability and pro-democracy demonstrations have accelerated the shift away from Hong Kong. Hong Kong has been widely used because of its superior convenience in terms of customs clearance and other procedures. However, due to the overlap of the zero-corona policy, many shippers who have used Hong Kong in the past now prefer to import and export directly from Shenzhen and other major ports in South China. North American railroad strike restricts hazardous goods starting December 2nd. 4 unions in the U.S. railroad labor negotiations that rejected a proposed tentative agreement have decided to prepare to go on strike starting December 9th. In preparation for the strike, starting December 2nd, railroads will reduce operations to prioritize the securing and transfer of security-critical supplies. And it will be restricted from accepting hazardous goods and other cargoes. Hazardous goods destined for the west coast of North America will no longer be able to be transported to the East Coast by rail. They will have to be transported to the East Coast by all water, which may cause disruption. Trade platform. TradeWaltz successfully connects platform systems. TradeWaltz, a trade information collaboration platform, announced on March 18 that it has successfully connected the systems of trade platform in Japan, Thailand, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. Also, successfully demonstrated the linkage of structured data between Japan and Thailand. Furthermore, a Japan-Thailand linkage demonstration of structured data for electronic certificates of origin, ECO, issued by the Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, JCCI, was also conducted. The parties involved are also considering system connections between JCCI and TradeWaltz, and between Thailand's trade platform, NDTP, and Thai customs in the future. Changing e-commerce logistics. Ultra-fast delivery and predictable delivery times. As retailers in North America prepare for this year's holiday season, they are focusing less on speed of delivery and more on getting packages to customers on time. An associate professor at an Ohio-based university says that online shoppers have become so accustomed to the disruption of the supply chain under corona pandemic that they are no longer willing to wait for delivery. Furthermore, he said, what matters most to consumers is not the guarantee of super-fast delivery, but the ability to see everything and know when it will be delivered. Let's turn now to commentary section of this issue's news. First, I have news on concerns of oversupply due to the rush to build new container ships. Due to the record-high container freight rates since the corona pandemic, the scrapping of container ships has remained at a historically low level. In the January-June period of this year, the number of scrapping was 0, which is an exceptional situation. While some believe that scrapping will continue and the supply of tonnage will decline, others strongly believe that The effect on improving the supply-demand balance of tonnage is uncertain at this point. The largest number of vessels, over 20 years old, that could be scrapped, are small vessels in the 500 to 999 TEU range. It has been pointed out that a significant number of these vessels may remain on the market for a few more years, as there is no prospect of a supply of new vessels of the same size, and there is a certain need for them. China's zero-corona policy is causing a shift away from Hong Kong. The stagnation of cross-border transportation between Shenzhen and Hong Kong, and the retention of containers in Hong Kong, are accelerating the shift away from Hong Kong. Especially with regard to sea freight transportation, the gap between other major South China ports, such as Shenzhen and Hong Kong, is expected to widen more than ever. Furthermore, in addition to the recent supply chain disruption, there has been a noticeable movement toward a nearshore strategy, where North America and Europe are building production plants nearby. There may be a possibility of a shift from away from Hong Kong to away from China. There has been movement in U.S. railroad labor negotiations. A strike by the 4 unions that rejected the tentative conciliation plan is scheduled to begin on December 9th. The impact of the strike is estimated to be as much as $2 billion a day, and there is concern about disruption. Next is the news of the successful demonstration experiment of the trade platform. In the demonstration test, structured data of shipping documents was passed between trade platform. The time required for data entry and confirmation at the receiving end was reduced, resulting in an efficiency improvement of more than 60% compared to current operations. In addition, Mitsui Warehouse Holdings and Zero Board have been working to visualize CO2 emissions from logistics. The parties involved will continue to study the commercialization of the system based on issues learned from the demonstration. The industry is currently in the midst of a platform battle, and it will be interesting to see which platform will be consolidated in the future. Finally, I brought you news of change in e-commerce services. Amazon Incorporated's investment in next-day and same-day delivery created a base for speed competition, and other retailers and logistics providers followed suit. However, while the speed of getting goods to customers is getting faster and faster, retailers' profit margins on sales are declining. E-commerce company officials say that being able to clearly present when packages will be delivered is very valuable to customers, and that reliable delivery times are more important than fast delivery times. The change has also made it clear to consumers that faster delivery comes at a higher cost, they said, and we need to communicate that trade-off calculation to people. I believe that consumers need to be properly informed that high costs are involved when delivering quickly. Also, I personally think that the logistics industry needs to be fully understood by consumers in order to change the way it works. How was this news? I have brought you the current situation of the shipping industry, which is always on the move. Logistics is directly related to the economy. It is difficult to predict, but I will continue to update you with the latest information. If you found this news informative, please subscribe to our channel, like us, and share on social networking sites. That's all for this issue. Thank you very much.
In this channel, I explain about international logistics knowledge for your better understanding. I hope this video will be a good support for your logistics job. If you have any shipment from Thailand or to Thailand, please feel free to contact me, Iino-san, anytime. Also, I'm very motivated to keep updating these videos. If you subscribe, press good or comment anything. Well, thank you. See you next time.